Coming up on Newsbeat, an emergency at Columbia where students were evacuated from the 33 building. Find out why. Good afternoon, I'm Holly Angus.
And I'm Nathan Fournier. Welcome to Newsbeat. Thank you so much for joining us today. After the recent gas leak that occurred in 33 Ida B. Wells last Wednesday, I was fortunate enough to speak with 3 students that were present in the building to see what their thoughts are when it comes to Columbia's emergency protocols.
Like Columbia or like anyone in your classes ever like tell you like what to do in a situation like this?
I never had like formal training in it. I have never been through a fire drill here, but my professor's like, this is not a drill, and so we all left.
Jordan, can you describe what your experience was like being in the building during the gas leak?
Yeah, so it happened during like in the middle of my class, and everyone thought it was a drill, but considering that it happened on the college campus, I was like, oh, it's for real. No one knew what was happening. We just grabbed our things and we just left the building. Nobody was in panic from what I can tell, but everybody was just confused on what was going on. But for a while, maybe like 10 minutes passed, and they didn't tell us what was going on, like what happened. So they told us to line up on the street, and we just stood on the street for like 10 minutes at this point.
And so, did you know any particular protocol beforehand about any emergency situation like this?
Not like when it came to like Columbia buildings, but I mean, I could say I know more than others because I'm an RA and we're trained in this to like for fire drills and like other type of drills, like what to do and how to handle it. So I knew what to do and like I'm aware of like the exit places. So I did, but I can see why many people didn't know what to do in this situation. I do feel like the school should do drills, or at least inform us on like how to do it, where the exits are at least.
And did you know any particular protocol for an emergency situation like this beforehand?
No, I did not. There was very little communication when coming to Columbia about what the protocols are for their emergency situations. Making a plan with their disabled students of what to do in case of an emergency. Right now, Columbia has nothing in place for their disabled students. They're kind of left on their own. And for an institution that prides itself on diversity, equity, inclusion, we really need to make sure that statement's being reinforced by telling students and teachers what to do, not only with their students, but also their disabled students who may need more time to evacuate.
I did reach out to members of the Security and Safety Department multiple times and the Strategic Communications and External Relations Department for a comment on this situation, but received no response.
Are you a fan of Japanese and Eastern media? If so, mark your calendars for the Columbia College Chicago Eastern Entertainment Expo. The school-wide convention is packed with exciting events, including student-made art displays that showcase the unique and intricate style of anime and manga. Be sure to attend the student-run panel discussions, where you can engage in a lively conversations about your favorite shows and characters with fellow enthusiasts. Don't forget to try out the game events, where you can play new releases and classic titles with friends.
Who doesn't love festivals and exclusives? Luckily, we will have both today. The Sor Juana Festival will extend until May, and our reporter Citlali Magali Sotelo got the exclusive to Esperanza Gama's first book, which was presented during the festival. Let's take a look.
Mexican visual artist Esperanza Gama has created sculptures of her wildest dreams, religious paintings, and references to dolls from her travels all over the world. Gama is excited to share her newest work of art and first book, Raíces Fibras Mágicas, a book that contains 70 images of her paintings from 13 different series in papel amate, also known as bark paper, which took over 20 years in the making, and has recently presented her book at the Sor Juana Festival at the National Museum of Mexican Art in Pilsen. In 2003, I received this award from part of the museum. It is the Sor Juana, from the Sor Juana Festival, 20 years ago. So, it is a gift to return to Sor Juana with my book. To Gama, it is still surreal that after so many years, the museum continues to open their doors for her to showcase her work. The day that her book presentation arrived, amongst the many proud attendees who not only were taking photos of her art, but waited in line to get a chance to meet and greet with the artist, was the president and the founder of the National Museum of Mexican Art, Carlos Tortolero, one of Gama's biggest supporters.
For a long time. Great artist, great person. She's an important artist. She's a woman, es Mexicana. That's what Sor Festival's about. And so it means a lot. You know, we have pieces of hers in our collection, in the museum's collection. So it's good.
Events like Esperanza's book launch are just one of the many that the Sor Juana Festival will be hosting. If you are interested in attending, this festival extends all the way until May 13th. You can always support other women and their art in this festival. We were lucky enough to get a book signed by Esperanza. Let's celebrate women's success. Happy International Women's Month in Pilsen, Citlali Magali Sotelo, Columbia College, Chicago.
That was awesome. I really love that I get to see, that she keeps coming back every single year for them.
What an amazing artist. And it's so nice to see women supporting women, especially as Women's History Month has just came to an end. So coming up next, we have Victory for the Renegades. Stick around.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but all of them are pure love.
Welcome back. Now we have good news for Colombia's dance team as they came home with the national title. I had a chance to talk to the team on their victory. Last weekend, Colombia's Renegade dance team competed for a national title as a two-day competition took place in South Bend, Indiana, in partnership with Star Spirit Productions. The Renegades took Indiana by storm, placing first in every category they competed in, including college poms, jazz, musical theatre, contemporary, hip-hop, and duet. The girls put in an outstanding performance. Head captain Caroline Keenan tells us more.
I am extremely proud. We have worked so hard. A lot of the dances they learned very quickly. We changed one of the dances from our last competition, and we scored really high, which I'm very proud of. And even if we didn't, I'm very proud of their hard work. I've always had a love for dance and the beautiful art form that it is, and I knew I wanted to continue it in college, even though I was not majoring in it. And I luckily found the dance team, and I have found a great community of people to surround myself with a love that we all have for dance. I would say that our competition team is definitely like very close-knit because we have to spend so much time together when we're out at competitions and everything at the hotel. We take that time to really get to know each other well and bond as team members. Spring semester is filled with a lot. So next is probably Rena Gala. After that is our showcase. And then after that is Manifest. We will be performing a little bit there as well. So I'm very excited.
Dancing with the Renegades is not only a way to show off your talents, but a way to be part of a community. If you would like to be involved with this amazing club or to see more of their work, you can follow CCC Dance Team on Instagram. And make sure to keep an eye out for any announcements on their spring showcase in May. Holly Angus, reporting from Chicago, Newsbeat.
March marks the 3-year anniversary since the COVID-19 pandemic. Jake Fredrickson spoke to students about how they're feeling post-pandemic.
I guess it feels because there's less cases and the mask mandate is off.
Pertaining to COVID, how do you feel safer now versus 3 years ago, if at all?
I feel safer because everybody's vaccinated, so not a lot of people are like I feel like more people are conscious about like sickness and like their surroundings and stuff like that.
I think since 3 years ago, it definitely feels safer. I don't know if the math is any safer, but I think it's like a group thing. Like everyone's acting a lot different. It's not in the news as much.
I feel like safer now since like most people are mostly like more vaccinated, and it's like more required to be vaccinated like to go in most places.
I mean, I know we're not like completely out of it yet, but I feel like I don't know. I don't expect for there to be another big outbreak anytime soon.
College students require more accessible mental health resources, as 50% rate their mental health as poor or below average. Columbia College Chicago has expanded its counseling services and is now offering group therapy sessions, including a college student's survival guide on Wednesdays at 1 p.m., Bodies on Fridays at 11 a.m. and Cultivating Connections on Fridays at 1 p.m. with discussions on body image, academic stress, healthy relationships, social media, and more. One-on-one appointments are still available Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. For more information, visit columbia.edu or schedule an appointment. Reach out to Student Services at 312-369-8595.
March Madness is heating up. We're covering the latest matchups.
Spring break starts next week. We have some ideas to help you make the most of your free time.
The weather right now is overcast. Lots of clouds and
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look. I think so. Yes, because it will be a lot. Yeah.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Yeah, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but all of them are pure love.
The weather right now is overcast, lots of clouds, temperatures just above 40. With winter on its way out, we are finally seeing some spring weather here in the city. As the temperature starts to warm up, this weekend we could see some rain showers and partly cloudy skies, with temperatures expected to be in the high 30s to low 40s. Moving into the week, the weather will remain similar with even more showers and potential thunderstorms forecast for next Friday. With an overall average of 44 degrees. It's set to be a steady week.
It's March and the madness is heating up. Zaid Hussein is covering the latest on March Madness and mixed martial arts.
March Madness is here and it's time to buckle up. This annual college basketball tournament is known for its thrilling moments and upsets, making it one of the most anticipated sporting events of the year. Fans from all over the country come together to cheer on their favorite teams, creating an atmosphere of joy and excitement. The tournament is a chance for talented young players to showcase their skills and potentially secure a spot in the NBA. Whether you're a die-hard basketball fan or just enjoy the excitement of good competition, March Madness is a must-see event. So grab some snacks and get ready to witness some of the most exciting moments in college sports tonight. Yesterday's March Madness game between Gonzaga and UCLA will go down in history as one of the most thrilling matchups of all time. In a game that came down to the wire, Gonzaga managed to edge out UCLA with a final score of 79-76, securing their spot in the Elite Eight. The highlight of the game came in the final seconds of regulation when Gonzaga's Julian Strother hit an unbelievable game-winning three to seal the victory for his team. This incredible win has put Gonzaga on the path to a potential national title. Fans everywhere are still buzzing with excitement from this unforgettable game. UFC 286 took place in London, England this past weekend, where Leon Edwards successfully defended his welterweight title on his home turf. The crowd was electric, and the victory put an end to his three-fight trilogy with former champion Kamaru Usman. This win solidifies Edwards as a top 5 fighter in the world, according to the pound-for-pound rankings. I'm Zaid Hussein for TV Newsbeat. Back to you guys.
Spring break is almost here. Reporter Rosemary Murillo has some activities to do if you are staying in Chicago.
The annual ritual is approaching fast. Here's some great news for those staying local this spring break. Chicago offers many great options for students who couldn't get away this year.
I am going home for half of it, and then half of it I will stay here in Chicago.
I'm sticking around Chicago. I live in the River North area, and I'm just gonna kind of hang out. I work from home, so just not much is gonna change.
Pretty much just catch up on work and then just relax, possibly like play video games or catch up on shows.
Get to know our local history at the Chicago History Museum. Spend the afternoon exploring Chicago in 1871, visit jazz clubs, or watch how the city burned and was rebuilt. The Chicago History Museum is offering free admission on March 29th and 30th.
The weather's just now starting to get nice, and so just being outside is a thing again.
Science and Industry Museum's kind of far away from us right now, so I wouldn't think of going to it during the school year, but yeah, I guess the Science and Industry just because it's further away.
Join the wildlife at Lincoln Park Zoo. free year-round. Check out the many attractions they have, like the zebras, reindeer, and monkeys. The Art Institute is free to students. Walk among the life and afterlife of ancient Egypt, or bask in the light from the Tiffany window, or check out the Al Store collection of over 500 antiques from South and Southeast Asia.
If you can't have sandy beaches, add some of these destinations to your staycation. I'm Rosemary Murillo, Newsbeat.
Holly, what are your plans for spring break?
So I'm actually staying in Chicago, but with a city as busy as this, there's always something for everyone.
I know, right? Well, that's all we have for this edition of Newsbeat. Thank you so much for joining us.
And have a wonderful spring break. We'll see you again on Friday, April 7th.